Hey guys, welcome to Tennessee Football Breakdown with Billy Ratliff. I'm Starla, and we're going to talk about the Tennessee versus UTSA game. All right, 45-14. We started out great. You couldn't start out any better. 81-yard run. Our first four touchdown drives in the first half were all great. How'd you feel like that we did on offense and defense?
I'm gonna start off with offense. Offensively, like you said, first half, first quarter has been great for us all season. We always start off great, and it almost seems like coaches are taking the foot off the pedal and going to cruise control instead of just continue doing what they're doing that's working,
Mm-hmm.
or they stick with the same stuff and don't change it and mix it up. Um, but of course, me as a former player and coach, I understand what he's doing because when you call a play, you expect for the kid to execute.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw a lot of good things. The offensive line played a lot better the first half. Now, when we get to the last seconds, right before halftime, that's when offense went south.
Yeah.
We almost lost the quarterback for the season
Mm-hmm.
on a boneheaded play that, we shouldn't even call that play in that situation. We should be just, let's score. Let's do it that works. Let's do a quick dump to the tight end or something and get it out the way. Um, Joe, he did a good job the first half. The running backs, A+.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, when we're blocking for those guys, you give them a little room. It's hard to find those guys. These are scat backs. When you give them a chance, it works.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I still think our offensive line play could get better. They're still doing what I called chest bumping instead of using his shoulders, legs, and driving.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Receivers, oh my, they're still doing the same thing. They're not creating any separation. They're not doing, the things that we saw last year with the receivers getting open, wide open, and of course, they this make Joe look bad. He did some dumb throws again where he should have. I'm like, dude, just tuck it and run it. And they finally did a play that I said they should have been doing ever since last year, where he fakes it, takes off, touchdown.
Yeah.
You know, every coach's defensive plan against Tennessee, the scouting report says he's never going to keep it. 99% of the time, he's going to hand it off.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you saw that play, you watched the execution, nobody went to Joe.
Yeah.
They didn't see Joe and say they was chasing and seeing his tail lights. And I didn't know Joe was that fast. Joe was smoking.
He was scooting. I think they said he reached, I don't know how they measure
Yeah,
all this, but like 21 miles an
yes,
hour.
so like
Yeah.
21.5 or something. I'm
Yeah.
like, that is flying.
Mm-hmm.
That's fly. I would like to see more of that. If we're gonna run like an option type offense, utilize all of it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Option is not a thing where you just only have one option. You have two options, actually three, if you utilize how the system is supposed to be worked. You fake the handoff to the running back, and if the guy here don't take you, you keep going, or if he do take you, you quick throw it. That's what Oregon does.
Mm-hmm.
They truly run Nebraska's offense from back in the day in the shotgun.
Yeah.
Defensively, oh man, 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 they played a heck of a first half.
Mm-hmm.
Heck of a first half. They did the defensive coaches did a good job of scheming, and what I mean by scheming, they're moving the guys instead of them sitting in the box and get blocked all the time. Is what I was saying we needed to do against Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Like we could have done that. I think we could have stopped all that cutback by the running back. We still didn't do a good job of tackling. We're still missing easy tackles.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they don't want to use their hands for some reason. And I know that the strength and conditioning coaches are training these hands to grab and get stronger, and they're not utilizing that. Um, I still think our DBs are doing a great job.
Mm-hmm.
They're only going to be as good as the front seven is going to allow them to be. There's no way for them to keep up with receivers for 4 or 5 seconds. That's too long. Second half, oh man, it kind of did the same thing we've done all season long.
Mm-hmm.
We ran the ball pretty good again. We gave up 14 points in the third quarter, and we didn't score any.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter, we come right back out and play Tennessee ball again. And that is something that we can't continue to do, especially since we all the way into SEC ball. We're in SEC ball now. And we got to fix third down conversion, like you said. We got to. That's going to be key to our success. If we can fix third down conversion, it's going to be tough to beat Tennessee. It's going to be tough to stop that offense. I just still don't see a defense that's that dominant to stop that passing game. If we do the tradition, how we're doing is keep it going, keep it moving, and don't shoot ourselves in the foot with the penalties.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what hurt us is the penalties. We're in third and long, and that's tough.
I was looking to see what our penalties were this week. I'm not seeing it. I'm probably on the wrong page. But it didn't feel like we were really penalized as much this week. We had some bonehead stuff, but
yeah, it was just the situational penalties where we could have had a first down and it kills the drive.
Yeah,
those are huge penalties, drive killers, and because you go 3 and out, you got to put a tired defense back on the field, and that's the part where offense got to help defense out sometimes, and there's going to be times where defense got to help offense.
Yeah. So, Brew McCoy, I wanted to talk about him a little bit. He always seems to make the first guy miss. I don't know if he's ever been tackled by the first guy. Do you feel like that too? Like he's so good at that. So Saturday he had, 3 catches for 30 yards, and it just feels like, is that him? I know all of our receivers are dropping balls, but how do we get him more touches?
I think we're gonna have to do what we've been doing. We're gonna get the ball to him quicker and let him make some plays. He's a playmaker.
Yeah.
With the speed he got, the size, I think if we create him with the screen plays and do some motion and get him out in the flash or quick slants or things like that, I think that's what we got to do because that's what we're missing right now. And I think we're going to mix it up because the playbook is just so simple and obvious. And like I said, I can tell you the play before it happens. I called a Milton, take it to the touchdown. I say, oh, yeah, this is a quick one. If he keep it, it is a touchdown. And it was a touchdown.
Yeah.
We keep doing the little quick in the flat screen behind the line of scrimmage. And if you saw, there was one play where UT San Antonio almost picked it off and took it to the house.
I know. Yeah. Right in the third quarter.
The scouting report showed that when this does this, this is getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
And I commend that kid because he studied. And that's you don't see that too often anymore.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen that with us yet.
You speaking of their players, and we won't talk about their players a lot, but I was so happy for the Alcoa kid, Ogle Kellogg, that scored. And I know we shouldn't be happy when our opponent scored, but I just thought that, I'm sure he probably had a lot of family there. I just thought that was neat when he got to score.
That's actually huge. I love that stuff. Typically when I play, we knew who was from here, and we would try to make sure he don't become because now we got a situation where our fans are saying, see, why we didn't recruit that kid?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I understood that. He did a good job and
it
worked out for him. So his family didn't waste a trip.
Yeah. So I know I kind of said this just a second ago, but our first 4 touchdown drives, we averaged 1:21 per drive. Tennessee football from last year. That was awesome. But then, and I know we've already kind of talked about this, but we went in the locker room and then they had a quarterback change and he went 8 for 8. We made him look like you know. And then we sputtered. And that kind of seems like, I know you just talked about this, but it kind of seems like something that we do. Like, how do they, because according to the commentators, Joe pulled the offense over after we had the 2 bad drives. He pulled the offense together. He spoke to them. We came out and scored the next time. So would you say anything to Joe like, hey, like you need to get your guys together like as soon as we come out? Would that help, or what do they need to do with that?
I think what they need to do with Joe is sit him down, like I said, and Joe, let it come to you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to do something. Don't try to do the Patrick Mahomes. I need you to do just the basic quarterback situation. Do your reads, do your checks, and make a play.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the big play is there, go for it, but don't mess your stats up. That's what I would tell them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get your stats better then. If your
Yeah.
stats are good, we're gonna win.
Yeah.
So let's say let's get you to the 75 percentile. Let's complete 70% of your passes, and
Mm-hmm.
we got a chance to win.
Yeah.
Now he's thinking, okay, 70%. Okay, so sure, we need to get a tight end in. Let me get some quick checks. He started thinking, start utilizing those things. They did that with T. Martin when I played. He did that. I think the year in '98 when South Carolina game when he went like 25 or 25,
Mm-hmm.
and then the one pass he missed was to the tight end, which he was receiving in David Martin, and he dropped it. He was thinking that I can't miss, so I'm gonna throw it to whoever's wide open first. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna hold it an extra second and try to get the home run because you notice he was always a home run quarterback. He always found Pillis striding down the sideline. He found Jermaine Copeland striding. Cedric Wilson. I'm like, this man is just magic at throwing deep routes every time and they're catching it. But
Mm-hmm.
once he found out that to make the game simple and let it come to him, that's when T became great.
Mm-hmm.
And it was hard to stop our offense. And I think if we did that with Joe, just sit him down, or get like someone, a quarterback that understand his situation and
Mm-hmm.
come talk to him and say, chill out, man, relax. Don't let all this stardom get to your head because
Yeah.
it can be taken real quick.
Yeah.
Because think about this here. Your fans want your head. They don't want you in the game. So as long as you're doing what you're doing, winning, but I promise you win, you lose 2-3 games, these fans like just say they just do they boycott the game just one time, and it's only 60,000 fans in there. They gonna bench you.
Yeah.
They will bench you. Go ask what happened when let's see. I say what when Josh Dobbs got through out there.
Yeah.
That was a time when we were losing really bad, and I still don't think they should have put Josh in at the time, but they had no choice.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we'll be in that situation this year. I think Coach Hyper's offense is designed to score.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dylan Sampson, let's talk about him for a second. He just seems to be able to find the end zone. I mean, and make the big plays. I understand he has a little bit of a problem in protection, and that's why maybe he hasn't gotten as much touches. But he'll have his opportunity Saturday. So, what do you expect out of him?
Well, I like what he's doing. I'm gonna still go with Coach with it. If he's not doing great in practice, that's just goes to show like why would I put that on the field if he's sucking with our team, our scout team? He's not blocking these guys, or he's not making the right read, or he's not taking the right step. There's so many situations it could be. It's not that they don't want him to play. I pretty much don't think he played that game because I think something else was going on at that situation, because that is just too much talent to put on the bench and say that
Mm-hmm.
he can't block.
Mm-hmm.
He can't block. They put him in a situation where, they only call the plays that he do know.
Yeah.
So it had to be more to it than just that. I don't think Coach Hype would have kept him out because of that situation. I think people are listening to the media and just taking it and running with it because they're so freaking negative when it comes to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Like you read anything about Tennessee or you watch anything about Tennessee, there's never anything positive on Tennessee, even when we win.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna go
agree.
back as far as Peyton Manning.
He was robbed.
I'm like, guys, this team just won, and y'all, that's the best highlight y'all could have gave us.
Yeah. Gosh.
It's like,
Um,
like we won against UT San Antonio, and Samson had a heck of a game.
mhm.
There was not one highlight of him on ESPN.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Imagine,
had like 113 yards, I think. So,
yes. I mean, he should have been somewhere on highlights somewhere.
yeah.
I mean, you didn't really even see the Joe Milton take it to the house. It should have been one of the top 10 plays.
Yeah. Yeah, they should have.
They do not respect us unless we're winning.
Well, even I mean, we won, like we won really big. I don't know. I agree with you. What'd you think about Nico when he came out?
It's about the
Um,
way I thought it would be. I mean, you go
mhm,
watch Nico in practice, it's the same way. It's
mhm.
nothing. I mean, guys, I know he's a 5-star quarterback, and you know, the problem with when it comes to quarterbacks and their stardom, like the 5 stars and everything, people think that the high school stats are going to convert to the
Right.
college stats. That don't work that way. He's
Mm-mm.
playing against how would I call this? Little pee wee guys that are 5'5" at DB, and now he's in the SEC and he's playing with guys that are 6'3" at DB.
Mhm.
And he got to change his whole throws or how he gets his guy. It's the mechanics are totally different when you get to college.
Mhm.
And I like Nico. He's gonna be good.
Oh
I
yeah.
promise you that. He will be a first rounder when his time comes. But
Mhm.
it's not his time is not now. I think his time is to learn as much as he can. And when he get his opportunity, shine.
Yeah.
Shine. I mean, I would rather have to prove myself than to come out there and already have all of the knowledge.
Yeah.
And I kind of say the thing with T Martin. You know, no one thought T was going to be able to do that after Peyton Manning. Oh no,
Mhm.
we knew what T can do. We like, man, God, this guy's killing us in practice. I mean, we shutting Peyton down, but this guy, he can run the ball, he can do this. I'm like, we got to do this. It was hard, and I think Nico will be able to do what Coach Hype wants once he learns the whole playbook and be able to have that freedom. And he becomes this quarterback that has 3 or 4 plays in his mind that can adjust to the defense and wait over and wait for the sideline to give it to him. I think that's what we're going to see when we get Nico. I truly do. I think we're going to have something special with the kid. But right now, we got something special now.
Yeah.
This is you're talking about an arm that we probably haven't seen since Dan Marino, and that says a lot. And you go watch, you go talk to Peyton. Peyton will tell you about the kid. Peyton be like, oh my God. I mean, how he gets the ball, his release, it's so fast. Like it seems like he's throwing it hard, but it's softer than what it looks,
Okay.
especially when the receivers are catching it. Like if it was too hard, they'd have been told him to, hey, back that off. That's
Mhm.
too much. That's too much. And I can see if it was not accurate, but when you're able to throw the ball that fast out in the flats, it's a special talent because if you can get it to him quick enough, he got a chance to make a move before the DB gets there.
Mhm.
Because a lot of these bubble screens, DBs see it quick and they're able to make the tackle in the backfield. They can't get to it that quick before they get blocked.
Mhm.
So it helps by him being able to get it to them that fast. So
Yeah.
that's an advantage in our situation. It's just we got to execute when it happens.
Yeah, for sure. One thing I want to say about the whole Nico situation, there were five-star quarterbacks in his class. One of them is getting any playing time, and that's the UCLA quarterback. None of the others are even playing, but people think, and I know it's just an argument that you can bang your head against the wall arguing with people, but I just don't understand why everybody's, I mean, no freshmen are starting in the SEC at quarterback. It ain't happening.
Rare. It's rare.
Yeah.
No, it's rare that you get a tour. It's rare that you get those type of kids.
Well,
You
even
know,
Tua didn't start till the end of the year. Yeah.
yes, and I mean, and it's all it's I mean, that's at every position.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare that you get a freshman that comes in and just dominate. It's
Mm-hmm.
rare. You
Yeah.
know, I can't. I'm trying to think of a freshman that's dominated. Even when I played, well, Jamal Lewis was different. That's a different monster. Um, that's it. And we had a lot of 5-star players that were converted from offense to defense, from defense to offense, and changed their whole situation.
Yeah.
It's until they get enough hours to understand the process where it's like when you got a new job and you get out of training and you're in this training for a whole year, you don't have to go back to your training. It's automatic. You know what to do when it's a mistake done. You know how to troubleshoot and everything. That's the same thing with these kids. They know how to adjust after they don't got so much time in there. And that's when I tell people about how when it comes to coaching, teaching, and evolving, it's
Mm-hmm.
totally different. Georgia right now, these coaches don't have to teach these kids much. The players teach the young kids. The young kids look up to the older guys,
Mm-hmm.
mimic what they do, and if they do it better than what they're doing, it makes the other coach's job easier. So now these coaches can teach these kids some things they never saw before.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what make it easy for great football programs when they have seniors that are doing a lot of the teaching. And that's what made me great, made me better, because I wanted to be, when I saw like a Bill Duff in there doing things, I wanted to do it better than Bill Duff. He was strong. I want to be stronger than him. I want to be faster than him. And I wanted to do it better than him. Pillis Price, he wanted to be better than Joey Kent, Marcus Nash, and he did all those things to try to get in front of those guys, but he couldn't because they was just that good. But when he got his opportunity, guess what he did? He shined.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're going to see with Nico. We got to give these kids time to grow. It's not instant when it comes to quarterbacks. That's the one position I don't want to put a freshman in, especially in a Florida environment.
Yeah.
No, 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 no.
Yeah. I was sent a message and to ask you how much different do you have to play on the D line against a mobile guy like Rattler as opposed to a pocket passer? And then if you want to go on into the South Carolina game with what you expect from that.
I still think we're going to have to worry about the run game first. I know they're going to, we're thinking Rattler's going to do this last year. No, we're shutting that down this year.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see a totally different situation this year when it comes to the game plan. Um, we're going to have to stop the run first because South Carolina knows that is our weakness. They say that we can't tackle. They say we can't stop the run. So guess what they're going to do? They're going to come out trying to run the ball on us quick, fast, in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can stop their run game, the pass game becomes so much easier for defensive linemen because now it's not as hard because you don't have to push 600 pounds as a defensive tackle. You get a little one-on-one where you can, do some pass rush things. I still think we're missing some DTs that can get to the quarterback, and I know we got some injuries. Like was Elijah, he hasn't played. I haven't seen him all season really, and I was looking for him to be whoa. This is his year to make his opportunity to get to the next level, and he's behind a lot right now. But if he's able to play this weekend, oh gosh, and you're talking about fresh legs.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll see a dominant game from him if he plays this weekend. So
I can't remember.
game, I think we're gonna be okay. I think if we do our jobs, go out there and execute mistake free, I think we'll be fine.
Okay. So what do you think we're going to win Saturday then?
I think it's gonna be a blowout.
All right. Good.
And the thing is, I say that because execution. I think it's I think they finally understand that we got to screw the boats tighter. There's too much loose tension out there. Sometimes we play as a team, sometimes we don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going all around. I'm saying the coaches too. They got to get the plays in. They got to get the checks in. They got to do all those things and stop, making it seem like it's Joe. It's not Joe, because Joe has to look to the sideline and check, watch them tell me what play they want me to check to. And then if there's 3 seconds on the clock and you just gave me the play, I can't give the play to the players and still say down said hut.
Yeah.
So and that's the coaches got to do their jobs, get those checks in, and defense tackling is going to be huge. South Carolina got some great athletes on offense. They got a couple of good running backs. They got some Samsons over there. They got some guys that can really get up the field if we give them that chance. They got speed, and it's SEC. There's nothing going to be easy, but I truly think if we do what I know we're capable of doing, South Carolina is a stat team.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I hope so. What do you think of the Spanish language telecast?
Hey, that's my guy. That's my guy. We was supposed to be doing a podcast together. That was who I was supposed to get my podcast back up and going with.
Oh yeah.
He's a good guy, good kid. I mean, he is the most exciting kid you ever meet when it comes to wanting to do things. And when the guy that was up there with him on Josh Griffin.
Yeah, he lives in the same town as me.
So his sidekick, Josh, Josh came up with the idea of Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if we could, get the Vol games in Spanish? And he took off with it, started doing like his TikToks and everything, and doing the Vols thing and saying "Go Vols" in Spanish. And it's been time, I think, and primetime TV for Tennessee game, they better get their stuff together, because he made them look bad.
Yeah.
Because he was, you saw him as getting his stuff together. He was like, "Oh gosh, that is what TV want."
Yeah.
I mean, we're tired of the we're gonna get this here. The first down on tackle. We're tired of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We can still do the play-by-play. We should be John Ward 10,000 by now.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I was more excited for his. I couldn't understand a word he said. I mean, I know Vamos Vols. Yeah, let's go Vols. But that's about it. But I was so excited. I was listening to some of it. That was so good. I was so happy for him.
I told him, I said, Carlos, what if you're actually not saying what you're supposed to be saying? Everybody don't know what you're talking about. You could be talking about Popeye's chicken, and everybody be like, "Oh, he's
For sure.
See, that's what I tell everybody about when I see people with a lot of tattoos and like Japanese and those. I was like, man, they could have put sweet and sour on you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Saturday they are honoring the 98 national championship team. You'll be there. Can you tell us a little bit about anything they have planned for that weekend?
It's going to be a huge situation. I think we got some meet and greets that's going on in Vol Village over there. I forgot what time it was. I'll post it on my page. Actually, I put it in the vault too. I just put it over there and you can see it.
Okay.
They're doing a lot of things. There's so much going on. I don't even know all the things that's going on. Like I actually feel like a celebrity for once. I'm like, what the heck? They call y'all giving me an itinerary? I said, hold on, are you gonna cut me a check too? But they know me. I love doing the things for the school, and especially when my teammates are involved. It makes it so much fun because we get to do a round table. I think that's tomorrow, and that's gonna be fun. I'm kind of excited to know who all is gonna be there. I'm quite sure it's gonna be more the main guys that made a lot of the plays that's at the round table, and it's gonna be fun. Especially me and Coach Foreman are gonna be there. It's gonna be a great time. There are gonna be a lot of guys back. Because we all kind of said the same thing. Like, guys, this may be the last time we get to do this because this 25, and I think next time they do it will be their 30 or 35 year. And I said, if Tennessee win another one, they ain't gonna think about 98 no more. And I'm like, guys, they may have to push us in wheelchairs down there then.
So who all do you know who all to expect back? You know yet?
Al Wilson will be there. Peerless Sparks be back. Travis Stevens, Travis Henry. You got Spencer Riley, Chad Clifton, Jermaine Copeland, Jamal Lewis,
All
uh,
right.
Fred White. Fred actually he'll be doing an autograph session. I think it's Saturday before the game at Hound Dogs, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Uh, there's a lot of guys going to be back. Of course, I mean, there's a whole lot of my walk-on teammates because I keep in touch with everybody.
Hmm.
When somebody wants a phone number, they call me. Hey, you got this number? You got that number? I'm like, yeah, here you go. And of course, I got to text this guy. Hey, is it okay to give him your phone number?
Yeah.
And they all say the same thing. Man, that's my brother. Give it to him.
Yeah. Well, that's it'll be a really exciting day for fans. And if you guys are watching and you're going to be there Saturday, go early. There's going to be lots of stuff to do. Um, well, do you have anything to add? This has been another quick one, but it goes
Hey,
fast when you're having fun, I
well,
guess.
I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna keep saying, Ball Nation. We need you this weekend, baby,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna be in that stadium. Me and my teammates gonna be in there. I'm not going to the skybox. I'm gonna be in the crowd. I'm gonna be loud. And if you're sitting around me, you're gonna probably have to tell me to shut up because I'm gonna have some fun this weekend.
All right.
I need Ball Nation to stay positive. I need them to stay on their feet. I don't care if we get scored on first, still stay loud.
Yeah.
One play don't end the game.
Yeah, I think they will be. I think everybody's pretty fired up for this one. Are you gonna wear a black?
So I'm gonna tell you what I know it's gonna be fired up
Uh,
because they did that on purpose with that tie. They knew what they were doing with that tie. They
hmm.
doing what they did to us with Florida.
Yeah.
Tennessee fans gonna be just the way Florida fans were. They're gonna be wild. You're talking about how many hours of these guys gonna be tailgating?
Oh God.
Oh, still, I
They're
didn't
gonna be
understand. I
doing
didn't know.
keg stands in the parking lot.
Yes, see. I didn't before I started my first tailgate. I didn't know tailgating was like that. I'm like, y'all out here doing this? Really? Y'all partying like this out here? Come on, I didn't know that. And man, I've been like a tailgate fanatic ever since.
Yeah. All righty. Well, everybody be there, be loud. Hopefully
Yes,
we're
yes, yes.
talking about a big win next week.
Yes, we need it. We need it. We need it.
Yeah. All right, Billy. Well, that's all I have for you. Thank you
All
as
right, so
always.
hey, thanks for having me on.
All right. We'll see you this weekend.